Hey folks, it's now 9:52 on the 10th of June 2026, a Wednesday night. You're looking at the nice curvaceous lines of the spiral arms of Messier 83, a galaxy in Hydra. And the time now is now 9:52. The sky still got a little blue in it, but it was blue, intensely blue all day long with very few cumulus clouds. I've selected a Messier 83 to intro on because we're not going to have too many more opportunities to view it. It is now culminating to the south at minus 29 degrees, 52 minutes and 4 seconds. It's trailing a little bit behind Spica in Virgo. So this may be one of the last few opportunities to capture it in the night sky before the next season, which would be mid-spring to early spring. And with that satellite passage and this 5-second view at 175x with a contrast setting of almost 4, I am going to move out. I've got to capture some 40 NGCs in the NGC 6000 to 6049 series this evening. NGC 6000 in Scorpius is as far south as Messier 83 was, but we are now looking to the east rather than the west. It's a galaxy, magnitude 12.2, 1.9 by 1.6 arc minutes. Spiral with a bar, lowercase b, c, so very much like our own Milky Way, but only about 2/3 the size, maybe 65,000 light years in diameter. Right-ascension is 1549.49 with a declination of minus 29 degrees, 23 minutes and 12 seconds. While it's not quite sky dark yet, NGC 6001, a galaxy in Corona Borealis, is in the sky's middle third. It's magnitude 14.5, 1 by 1 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase c. So a lot of its light is in its spiral arms as opposed to its core. 446 million light years distant, puts it about 150,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1547.45 with a declination of plus 28 degrees, 38 minutes, 29 seconds. Let's go ahead and make sure we get that 175x view. NGC 6001 has a neighbor. Looks like it's slightly to the east and to the south, and I do believe we're making it out right about there. I'm going to push the magnification up on both of them. NGC 6002 is a galaxy once again in Corona Borealis. Its magnitude 17.2 by 0.1 arc minutes, not demonstrating any morphological characteristics. Right ascension 1547.42 with a declination of plus 28 degrees, 37 minutes 51 seconds. It could have been mistaken as a star. But 0.2 by 0.1, it could very well be this kind of edgy presented galaxy right here. AdventuresInDeepSpace.com. Consult with Steve Gottlieb. NGC 6003 is presented, I do believe, in the middle of the field of view. Centering it up, it's a galaxy in Serpens, magnitude 13.4, 0.9 by 0.9 arc minutes. But it's a lenticular spiral, which means we're not going to see much of its aura. Right ascension 1549.25 with a declination of plus 19 degrees, 1 minute 55 seconds. Let's make sure we get that 170. Well, let's just go ahead and push it up to 250x. NGC 6004 is quite present on the screen after 2 stacks. Let's push the magnification up. It's got quite an aura around it. So what morphological class do you think that is? It's a galaxy in Serpens, magnitude 12.3, 1.8 by 1.7 arc minutes, spiral with a bar and a lowercase c. 174 million light years means it's probably somewhere around 115,000 light years in diameter. RA is 1550.22 with a declination of plus 18 degrees, 56 minutes, 19 seconds. Does appear to have a faintish neighbor to the north and to the east. NGC 6006, I'm not seeing it at 50x. Let's push the magnification up. There is a galaxy here, but probably everything seems to be getting pretty close to the center of field of view. In Serpens, magnitude 15.5, I can go with that, 0.6 by 0.4 arc minute elliptical, so all of its light is condensed. 472 million light years distant means probably about 100,000 light years in diameter. RA 1553.02 with a declination of plus 12 degrees and 18 seconds. And if you were thinking our next view, NGC 6007, was going to be somewhere in the field, you were correct. NGC 6007 is a galaxy Serpens, magnitude 13.2, 1.7 by 1.2 arc minute spiral with a lowercase c and an ring. And let's ring it up to 250x. You see that frontier? 471 million light years distant means this one's over 200,000 light years in diameter. Right-ascension is 1553.23 with a declination of plus 11 degrees, 57 minutes, 32 seconds. NGC 6008 is probably this very faintish galaxy in the middle of the field. Also, it looks like it's a C, but it's actually a spiral B. NGC 6008, Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 13, face on 1.4 arc minutes in size, spiral bar and a lowercase b. Not seeing much of a bar there, however. 221 million light years distant, puts it at about 100,000 light years in diameter, RA 1552.56, declination plus 21 degrees, 6 minutes and 1 second, and the sky in the middle third looks like it's sky dark up there now, and it's now 10:07 in the evening. There is, in fact, an NGC 6008b. Let's see if we can distinguish it. Magnitude 15, well, it's probably photographic, so maybe magnitude what? 0.4 by 0.3 arc minute lenticular spiral, so subtract 1 magnitude as a general rule. We're down to magnitude 14. 228 million light years distant, RA 1553.08, with a declination of plus 21 degrees, 4 minutes, and 28 seconds. I suspect this is our B. However, check out Steve Gottlieb, adventuresindeepspace.com. NGC 6009, I'd be guessing at this field, but oh, look, we got a brighty, core, and a fainty. Let's figure it out. And another one right here. NGC 6009, Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 15.5 is simply listed as a spiral at 0.5 by 0.2 arc minutes in size. I'm going to go with this one here. 470 million light years distant means it's probably somewhere around 90,000 light years in diameter. RA 1553.24 with a declination of plus 12 degrees, 3 minutes and 28 seconds. NGC 6010 is quite apparent in the middle of the field, looks kind of edgy on to me. How about you? Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 12.6.2 by 0.5 arc minutes in size, spiral with a lowercase a, 95 million light years distant. RA 1554.19 with a declination of only 32 minutes and 35 seconds in the northerly direction. And there's our view, NGC 6010. Very nice. NGC 6012 is a galaxy right behind 70% E-zoom. In Serpens, magnitude 12, 2.1 by 1.5 arc minute, 85 million light years distant, so probably somewhere around 55 to 60 K. Right ascension's 1554.13 with a declination of plus 14 degrees, 36 minutes and 5 seconds. I think it's just inside the sky's middle third and giving quite a fine view. NGC 6013 is the first galaxy in Hercules of the evening. We may have had one or two the other evening as well. Its magnitude 13.6, 1.4 by 0.8 arc-minute, spiral with a bar and a lowercase b, so the aura is present. 216 million light years distant, so probably about 100K in diameter. Right ascension 1552.52 with a declination of plus 40 degrees, 38 minutes 46 seconds. NGC 6014 is right in the middle of the field. Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 12.2, 1.6 by 1.6 arc-minute, hardly an aura around it. And there's a reason for that. It's a lenticular spiral. 107 million light years distant. Right ascension 1555.57 with a declination of plus 5 degrees, 55 minutes and 55 seconds. It loves those fives, doesn't it? NGC 6014. NGC 6016 is no doubt a galaxy. It's in Corona Borealis, magnitude 14.3. We're seeing extensions, 1 by 0.5 arc-minute, spiral with a bar and a lowercase c. 296 million light years distant, almost smack dab at 100,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1555.54 with a declination of plus 26 degrees, 57 minutes and 59 seconds. NGC 6017. Looks like another galaxy with a very bright core, but some distensions in a bar. Let's see if it makes it out. Galaxy in Serpens, magnitude 13.1, quite right, quite small, 0.8 by 0.7 arc-minute, simply listed as a spiral. I would say it's at least a lenticular, 72 million light years distant, so quite small, maybe 15,000 to 20,000 light years in diameter. RA 1557.15 with a declination of plus 5 degrees, 59 minutes, 54 seconds. I would almost call that a compact. It's been pretty much, my hypothesis is compacts are pretty much stripped of all their cold dark matter, and they're pretty much monstrous cores or globular clusters in that pot potentially. NGC 6018 also seems quite present in the middle of the field, another very bright galaxy with a neighboring star to the north and the east. Serpens, magnitude 13.4, 1.4 by 1.7 arc-minutes, spiral with a lowercase a, so a bright core with some extensions, 235 million light years distant. Right ascension 1557.29 with a declination of plus 15 degrees, 52 minutes and 20 seconds. NGC 6020 also seems to be a rather relatively bright cored galaxy in the middle of the field. Data has yet to pop up. It's still fetching. I actually fingered it incorrectly. Occasionally it gets slow, so why don't we push the magnification up to 250x. 6020 is a galaxy in Serpens, magnitude 12.7, 1.4 by 1 arc-minute. It's an elliptical class 3, so yes, definitely a very bright core. 200 million light years distant puts it maybe at about 75,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1557.08, declination plus 22 degrees, 24 minutes, 15 seconds. NGC 6021, a galaxy in Serpens, magnitude 13.1, 1.4 by 0.8 arc-minute. If you're guessing, it's an elliptical. This one's a 5, which means it's somewhat egg-shaped, football-shaped. 217 million light years distance, so about 100,000 light years in diameter. RA is 1557.30, declination plus 15 degrees, 57 minutes, 21 seconds. And you wonder how the era of eyepiece astronomy was able to determine that this was, in fact, a galaxy or a nebula at the time, probably because they used higher magnification and could see the aura surrounding the very bright core. Plus, there's some quality to a galactic core that looks different in color to neighboring stars. Here's another galaxy, of course. NGC 6022. a galaxy for me and for you. It looks like it's probably going to be this faint one. Everything's been lining up really good tonight. It's in Serpens, magnitude 14.7, zero point 0.7 by zero point 0.5 arc minute, and yes, it is the fainter one because it's a spiral with a lowercase bc and an annularity. Not that I expect to see much of it, this faint galaxy. Oh yeah, it's present all right. Right-ascension is 1557.47 with a declination of plus 16 degrees, 16 minutes, 55 seconds. We'll be seeing this one, I'm sure, shortly. Yes, indeed. Our next study is NGC 6023. Data is about to come up in Serpens Galaxy, magnitude 13.1, 1.4 by 1 arc minute, and it's an elliptical class 3, 497 million light years distant. So probably somewhere around 175 to 80,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1557.49, declination plus 16, 18, and 35 seconds. Okay, I'm going to call this our mystery study of the evening. It's out of range for us. I'm going to push the magnification all the way up to 250x. You know what the last NGC number was. We're now more than halfway through the series this evening, and we have gone deep, deep south, much 3 degrees further south than we should be going for this particular study, NGC 6026. Do some research on it and see if it makes any sense to you. Okay, what we should be seeing here is the brightest galaxy. I did a little preliminary research in a group called the Seyfert's Sextet. So you should be seeing 6 galaxies. I can see 3 right now, forming a nice triangle there. As you see, 6027, Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 14.3, 1.9 by 1 arc minute, spiral with peculiarities. And of course, you got that many close neighbors hugging you gravitationally, you're going to get peculiar. 204 million light years distance, so I would say about 125,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1559.12, declination plus 20 degrees, 45 minutes, 47 seconds. It should be this galaxy here, but that, because it should be the most east-westward, but that's not always the case, especially when you've got an A. This NGC 6027A Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 13.9, seems a little brighter than the last one. Well, I remembered it being 14, but I'll have to research that. 0.7 by 0.45 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase a, and it is 197 million light years distant, so maybe 60,000 light years in diameter. RA 1559.11, declination plus 20 degrees, 45 minutes and 17 seconds. 6027b is a galaxy in Serpens, fainter, magnitude 15.5, 0.4 by 0.3 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase a, so it should have a brightish core. 187 million light years distant. This one's a smallie, maybe something like 35K in diameter. RA 1559.10 with a declination of plus 20 degrees, 45 minutes and 43 seconds. We also have a C, and I'm going to push the magnitude up on all of these. Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 16. 0.9 by 0.2. Okay, we can pretty much call that to be our 6027C because of its aspect ratio. Spiral with a lowercase c, 207 million light years distant, so maybe 65K in diameter. Right ascension 1559.11 with a declination of plus 20 degrees, 44 minutes and 49 seconds. We've now covered 4 of the 6 galaxies in Seyfert's Sextet. There is also an NGC 6027D Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 15.5, 0.2 by 0.2 arc minutes. I suspect it'll be this one. Let's see what it is. It's just called a spiral with peculiarities. 885 million light years distant. This galaxy is pure line of sight, and at 0.2 arc minutes, it's probably something like, I got to do some quick numbers, 65,000 light years in diameter, so very intense. At 450 million light years, half the distance, the Messier 31 would only be magnitude 14.5. So yeah, it's probably right in that ballpark. Right ascension 15:59:13, declination plus 20 degrees, 45 minutes 35 seconds. Okay, here we have our NGC 6027E, another galaxy in Serpens, same group, magnitude 13.4, maybe the brightest one yet. 0.8 by 0.4 arc minutes, lenticular spiral. Okay, could be that elongate we're seeing there. 193 million light years distant, so its size is probably around 60K in diameter. Right ascension 15:59:14 with a declination of plus 20 degrees, 45 minutes 58 seconds. Okay, so count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's probably some other fainties in here that weren't detected, but this is what we'll stay with. Nice V-shaped concatenation of galaxies. Many of the same distance, but at least one much, much further out, line of sight. NGC 6028 midfield is a galaxy in Hercules. Data is yet to come up. I'm going to give it a break. It's also NGC 6046, magnitude 13.5, 1.3 by 1.1 arc minute. 205 million light years distant, no more sizes. Right ascension 16:01:29. Yes, 16th hour. 8 more to go. Declination plus 19:21:33. NGC 6029 is nowhere to be seen at 50x. Let's push it up. Yes, there it is. Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 15.5, 1.2 by 0.7 arc minute, compact galaxy, 339 million light years distance, and my compact theory still holds. Pretty much giant globular cluster with any remaining material probably stripped away by another galaxy. Right ascension 16:01:58, declination plus 12 degrees, 34 minutes, 27 seconds. NGC 6030 may be visible in the field. If it is, it's another compact kind of galaxy with a bright core, and Hercules, magnitude 12.8, 1.2 by 0.8 arc minute. Yes, it is a lenticular spiral. 206 million light years distant. Well, that star almost had a collision. 206 million light years, right ascension 16:01:51, declination plus 17 degrees, 57 minutes, 27 seconds. NGC 6032 vaguely presented kind of an edgy-on galaxy in the middle of the field. Magnitude 13.5, 1.6 by 0.7 arc minutes, spiral with a bar, lowercase b, 191 million light years, right ascension 16:03:01, declination plus 20 degrees, 57 minutes, 27 seconds. NGC 6033 through an incredibly black, transparent night sky. Galaxy in Serpens, magnitude 13.7, 1.1 by 1 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase bc, 430 million light years, right ascension 16:04:27 with a declination of minus 2 degrees, 7 minutes 15 seconds. Don't have much time here, but there's a more 250x view. NGC 6034 is another galaxy in Hercules, and the data is yet to be displayed. Magnitude 13.5, 1 by 0.8 arc minute. What would you guess its morphology is? It's an elliptical, 452 million light years distant, about the size of Messier 31, 150,000 light years. Right ascension 16:03:32 with a declination of plus 17 degrees, 11 minutes 53 seconds. NGC 6035, vaguely seen in the middle of the field. It's a galaxy in Hercules, magnitude 13.5, 0.9 by 0.8 arc minute. Looks like it's got a ring, but it's a spiral with a bar, lowercase c, 97 million light years distant. We've seen this one before, I do believe. Right ascension 1603.24 with a declination of plus 20 degrees, 53 minutes, 27 seconds. A nice view of a spiral barred Class C. NGC 6036. Ooh, let's see, right in the middle of the field. Probably needs a little more magnification. Galaxy Serpens, magnitude 13.4, 1.1 by 0.4 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase a, men, 251 million light years distant, right ascension 1604.30 with a declination of plus 3 degrees, 52 minutes and 4 seconds. Okay, 6036 has a neighbor, 6037. I suspect it's this galaxy here. It's magnitude 14. Face on 0.7 by 0.7, spiral with a lowercase ab, 264 million light years, right ascension 1604.29, declination plus 3, 48.53. Got 16 stacks on this one. NGC 6038 is quite present in the field. Let's push it up. Galaxy in Corona Borealis. Looks like it has an annularity, or at least a frontier. Magnitude 13.5, 1.1 by 1.1. Spiral with a lowercase c, makes sense, 419 million light years distant. RA is 1602.40 with a declination of plus 37 degrees, 21 minutes and 32 seconds. NGC 6039 is quite visible in the field. It's got a confrere, maybe two of them. 3, 4 galaxies there. Galaxy in Hercules, it's also NGC 6042, magnitude 13.9, 0.8 by 0.7 arc minute lenticular spiral. Okay, could be this one here because it doesn't have much in the way of extensions. 466 million light years, quite large. RA 1604.39, declination plus 17.42 and 1 second. There is an A, 6040A, Galaxy in Hercules, magnitude 14.6, 0.8 by 0.7, spiral with a lowercase a, 537 million light years distant, right ascension 1604.27, declination 1744.31. I would suspect this is probably the 40 and this is probably the A on its aspect ratio and morphology. There is a B, magnitude 14.5, 0.8 by 0.3 arc minutes. Kind of edgy on. Spiral at the lowercase c, 553 million light years, RA 1604.27, declination 1745.01. Consult with Steve on this one. There's also an NGC 6041A, Galaxy Hercules, magnitude 13.7, 1.3 by 1.1 arc minute. Spiral with a bar of the lenticular class, 459 million light years, 1604.36, declination plus 1743 and 17. Where there's an A, you'll often find a B. It's a Galaxy in Hercules, 6041, magnitude 14.9, spiral with a bar and a lenticular class, 499 million light years distant, RA 1604.35, declination plus 1743.02. We've now got 31 stacks going through these lettered galaxies. You can see the progress we've been making with this bright star trail. We're now moved up and probably up to about here for NGC 6043, Galaxy Hercules, magnitude 15.5, 0.7 by 0.4 elliptical, 433 million light years, RA 1605.01, declination plus 1746.31. Okay, I've now reinitialized the stack, and now the galaxy that's at center is right here, this earlier group. 6044, Galaxy Hercules, magnitude 14.3, face on 0.6 arc minute lenticular spiral. That works for me. 444 million light years, 1604.59, plus 17 degrees, 52 minutes, 11 seconds. NGC 6045, we also going to zoom in on this one, part of the same extended galaxy group, many galaxies. Magnitude 13.9 in Hercules, 1.3 by 0.3. So nice edge on right in the middle of the field. I'm seeing it there. Spiral with a bar, lowercase c. 445 million light years. RA 1605.07 with a declination of plus 1745.26. NGC 6047 is a galaxy in Hercules, magnitude 13.5, 1.1 by 0.8. Look for a elliptical class O, 423 million light years, RA 160508, declination plus 1743.45. So 48 was a galaxy too far north, and 49 was a star in Serpens. Let's go have a look at this as almost 30 minutes in, but let's have a 60-second view of this galaxy group. Okay, here's our first stack of this galaxy group. I'm going to push up, change the contrast a little bit. That's it. I've been setting it up for the whole evening at 1.6. So I'm going to push it up to about 2.5. Let's see what happens to everything. Okay, now we're getting something that looks a little more stellar. There's a huge number of galaxies in this. I wouldn't even say you've got enough fingers and toes to count them if you want to do one-to-one correspondence. This is our first stack, of course. I usually like to get at least 3 to give the stacking an opportunity to really strut its stuff. So hold for a second here. Here's our second stack, and it did brighten things up a little bit. Moving on. Ooh, this one has a very interesting aura around it, doesn't it? And a frontier. Let's see if we can get that third one. Okay, I pushed everything up to our 175x standard. We just had our third stack at 60 seconds. Everything is looking quite nice. And if you want to map all this out, go visit Steve Gottlieb at adventuresindeepspace.com. I think we started somewhere around NGC 6041 or 42. There were lots of A, B, C's, and D's. Skip through it until you find exactly where we began in this series. I may make a note. And with that, I'm going to say carpe noctem.